We have all had those moments. I know I have, where I've been waiting for a doctor's appointment, and for the week or two coming up ahead of it, I've been thinking of questions that I'm going to ask. And I get there, I'm face to face with the doctor, and she or he says, "Do you have any questions?" And I just completely draw a blank. I can't remember the things that I wanted to talk to them about. That happens to me. I see it happen to my patients in clinic. So I'm willing to guess it's probably happened to you in the past too. Are you a busy woman who prioritizes everyone else's health above your own? Do you have questions about your diet, exercise, or how to prevent or treat certain health conditions? Are you always Googling health questions that you forget to ask or are embarrassed to ask your primary care physician? Girl, do you even have a primary care physician? Well, welcome to Headed to Healthier. I'm Dr. Brittany Anderson, a board-certified family medicine physician, and every day in my private practice, I have discussions with women just like you who are doing their best to juggle the demands of life while also desiring to become healthier. Inside this podcast, you'll find practical and actionable health tips that you can incorporate into your daily life. You'll get expert advice and insight from some of my awesome healthcare colleagues, and you'll hear relatable conversations with incredible women just like you who have made their health a priority and are thriving because of it. So throw on your sneakers and get some steps in while you listen. Or if you're driving, get those hands at 10 and 2 and let's dig in. We are headed to healthier. Hey ladies, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to talk about something that I think we all want, and that is to make 2026 our healthiest year ever. Now don't worry if you go into every year saying that every year is going to be your best year or your healthiest year ever, and you've fallen short in the past. That's okay. This is the time to actually do it. Let's put in the work to really make 2026 our healthiest year ever. If you've been listening for a while to the podcast, you know that I believe in making health simple and sustainable. It's something that I want for you as you listen to this podcast. It's something that I want for my patients that I see in my clinic. And that really is the heart behind the 2026 Healthier Planner that I created. So I sat down and hand sketched a whole planner. If you know me, you know I love a good planner. And the only thing I love more than a planner is thinking about health and thinking about ways to make people around me even healthier. So I combined those two things, sketched out a planner, worked with a graphic artist, and pulled together this planner that is the 2026 Healthier Planner. And I'm really excited about it. The planner is not just about appointments and to-do lists, but it really is about helping you stay organized and intentional with both your life and your health all year long. So today on this episode, I want to walk you through 6 ways that you can make 2026 your healthiest year ever. Now, these are going to be really practical things that you can start doing right now. You don't even have to wait until 2026. And every single one of them that we're going to go over directly relates to a page or section that I put in the planner, because that's how important I think these things are. And listen, all of them are good. All 6 of them are good. But number 6, the last one that I'm going to mention today, is the one that truly makes all the difference. So stay with me until the end if you can, because number 6 is the one that will keep you from starting strong in January and then fizzing out by March, which is what happens to a lot of us. So let's jump into it. So way number 1 that you can make 2026 your healthiest year is to keep up with your preventive care and screening. Now, we all know that preventive care saves lives, but it's also one of the easiest things to fall back on. Between work and family and things that kids have going on, caring for your parents, and just life in general, it's easy to forget sometimes when was the last time you had your labs checked, when you had a mammogram last done, or when your last colon screening was. That's why one of the sections that I put in the Healthier Planner is about preventive care. And so it really gives you a place to track what's due and when you completed it, so you don't have to guess the next time that you're at the doctor. So you can go ahead and schedule those appointments now. If you need a little bit of homework, and I'm going to give you a lot of homework, I think, from this episode, but take a little bit of time and start thinking back to the last time you had those screening tests done. And you can start now and start scheduling appointments for 2026. Go ahead and get them on the calendar. That's one way that you can really work towards taking care of future you. So making sure that you're keeping up with preventive care and screenings. Now, here's the second one, and that is knowing your medications and your health history. If I had a nickel for every time a patient said to me, "Oh, I think my blood pressure pill is the little white one," or they say, "Hey, Dr. Anderson, is that the one that is pink and has a line in the middle of it?" If I had a nickel for every time somebody said that, I could pay all my patients' copays for the entire year. Seriously. Knowing what medications you take and knowing why you take those medicines is really a big part of you being an active participant in your health. Just like sometimes my patients can't tell me what their pills look like, or they try to describe them to me just based on what the pills look like. I also see sometimes that they have a hard time telling me why they take certain medicines. So I love for my patients to bring their medicines into clinic and I'll handwrite on them. If the pharmacy hadn't put them on the prescription that I send, I'll handwrite on them. This one is for your blood pressure. This one is for your diabetes, because I think it's really important that patients know that. And when you know what you take and why you take it, and you have that written down somewhere, whether it's written in the notes app in your phone or a note card that you keep in your wallet, but when you have these medicines, it helps your doctor to make safe decisions. It keeps them from, one, prescribing a medicine that you already have that maybe somebody else wrote that they don't know that someone else has written them, and it helps to prevent some dangerous interaction. So we know that some medicines can interact with others and some you shouldn't take together, but you can help your doctor out by knowing, what they should or shouldn't write by being able to tell them what you're already taking. So again, in the planner, there's a section for you to put your medication list. There's a place for you to put your health history. I laugh sometimes when I get patients in, especially men. For some reason, men are the worst. And I'll say things like, "Have you had any surgeries?" And they'll say, "I don't know." And I'm thinking, has anyone literally taken a scalpel to your body and cut a part of your body open? And again, it's most commonly men that say this. And I'll say, "You know what? I'm just going to call your wife and I'll ask your wife and we'll see." And I think that's funny. But in all seriousness, it's important for all of us to have our medical history tracked somewhere. So, whether that is our past hospitalizations, any past surgeries that we've had, our allergies, all those things that are important for us to be able to tell a new doctor about them. Or say you had to go to the emergency room or you were admitted into the hospital. It's just a really good idea to have all of this information together in one place. You can bring that to your appointments and you can update it anytime something changes. It may seem like a small thing, but as a physician, being on the other side of it, I can tell you that it makes a huge difference in your care when you know your medical history, and I'm not having to look in 10 different places to find it because you've got it right there in front of you. And again, whether you buy the planner or not, you totally don't have to. But just I would beg you, with all of these things that we're going to talk about, that you start in some way tracking them so that you have them for yourself. So that's number two. So we'll recap a little bit. So number one was keeping up with preventive care and screenings. Number two was knowing your medications and your health history. Number three is for you to plan and prepare for your doctor's appointments. That is one huge way that you can go into 2026 saying, "This is going to be my healthiest year." We have all had those moments. I know I have, where I've been waiting for a doctor's appointment, and for the week or two coming up ahead of it, I've been thinking of questions that I'm going to ask. And I get there, I'm face to face with the doctor, and she or he says, "Do you have any questions?" And I just completely draw a blank. I can't remember the things that I wanted to talk to them about. That happens to me. I see it happen to my patients in clinic. So I'm willing to guess it's probably happened to you in the past too. That's why the planner, I included a special part that allows folks to prep for their doctor's appointments. It's got a space there where you can write the name of the doctor that you're seeing, the date of the appointment, what your vital signs are. So if you're ever thinking back, like, "Oh, what was my weight at that appointment?" or "What was my blood pressure at that appointment?" then you've got it there. But importantly, it's also got a place for you to jot down the questions that you may have for your doctor ahead of time. And not just to jot down those questions, but there's a space for you to put their response there. And whether you sit there in the room and put it there or you put it there right after you leave, either of those is fine. But what it does is it allows you to really get the most out of that visit. Because I believe, especially for my patients, I see this all the time. When you show up prepared, your visit becomes more of a conversation than you trying to scramble, or you're spending the whole time not even listening to what the doc is saying in front of you because you're trying to remember what questions you had to ask. So I think that doing that, prepping for those visits, is a way for you to get more value out of your appointment, and it really helps your doctor get the full picture of what's going on because you've taken some time to think about it in advance. So again, planner aside, before your next doctor's visit, I would encourage you to take 10-15 minutes, sit down and write out any questions you may have, concerns, etc. And I guarantee you, you may be surprised at how much smoother your visit goes if you do this. So that's number 3. Number 4 is to stay consistent with your daily habits. If we have a plan to make 2026 our healthiest year ever, then we have to really be intentional about being consistent, and not just consistent quarter to quarter, month to month, but that we are daily consistent with the habits that we're making and that we're carrying out through the day. Big health changes don't come from just some big overhaul. I really believe they come from small habits that you're doing over and over and over again. So in the planner, I put a daily habit tracker that you can really use to stay accountable. So whether it's that you're tracking, your water intake or your sleep, or you're tracking gratitude or getting in steps, but there's a place for every day of the week for you to mark whether you hit that measure and whether you did that thing that you were supposed to do. And here's a tip. I tell folks, don't try starting 10 new things at one time. You can pick 1 or 2 habits each month and focus on mastering that habit. Then once you master that one, you add another onto it. And if you do it this way, by the end of the year, you'll have plenty of new healthy habits that feel completely natural because you weren't overloading yourself trying to do too many new things at once. Number 5, for how you can make 2026 your healthiest year ever, is to plan your meals intentionally. We all know we have had so many podcast episodes about nutrition, healthy eating habits already. We all know nutrition impacts so many things: our energy, our mood, our long-term health. But meal planning shouldn't be complicated. It shouldn't be restrictive. One of the things in the planner that I love is there is a page for every week where you can plan out your meals, what you're going to eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And there's a space right beside it for you to make a grocery list. So you don't end up like me, just mindlessly kind of roaming through the grocery store, throwing things in your cart that you haven't thought about in advance. And so I think that that's a great place to add. And even just planning dinners for the week can save you time, it can save you money, and it can save you stress. So it doesn't have to be every meal and every snack that you eat. But again, it's like so many other things. Once you start doing it, you're more likely to just build on that. And what you get from it is that once you start doing that and really planning out your meals, it's going to make you so much less likely to just go and grab takeout. And you're going to be then putting things in your body that are actually so much better for your body than just grabbing something from a drive-through somewhere because you intentionally planned for it. Number 6. Okay, this is the one that I mentioned at the beginning because this is what I believe actually helps to keep us consistent all year long. So many people set a big health goal in January. They say, oh, I'm going to eat better or I'm going to exercise more. And then next thing you know, it's March, April. For some of us, it's even February. And it's just completely forgotten. So this number 6 is to set monthly health goals because I believe that when you set monthly goals, you keep that motivation fresh and achievable. So every month in the Healthier Planner, it starts with a place for you to choose 3 goals that you're going to focus on that month. You can take some time and pause and reflect and really think about what things you're going to prioritize over the next 30 days. And you don't have to pick 3. You can pick 1. It can be, I'm going to go to bed by 10 o'clock, or I'm going to walk 3 times a week, or I'm going to get my mammogram scheduled. Whatever those goals are, there's a place for you to include them there, for you to put why that goal is important to you, to put how you're going to celebrate when you reach that goal, and to put who you're going to talk to, who you're going to share that with, who can hold you accountable. I believe that when we make goals like this, not a one big goal for the whole year, but we break it down into smaller sections, I think that's how we create real lasting change. 1 month, a few goals, taking it one step at a time. So let's recap the 6 ways that you can make 2026 your healthiest year ever. 1, keep up with your preventive care and screening. 2, know your medications and know your health history. 3, you should plan and prepare for your doctor's appointments in advance. Number 4, stay consistent with daily habits. Number 5, plan your meals intentionally. And number 6, my favorite, set monthly health goals. And the beauty of this is that you don't have to try to remember all of this and figure out what you need to do when. I created the Healthier Planner specifically to guide you through each of these steps all year long. The pages, the prompts, everything's already built in. You don't have to create something. So if you're ready to make 2026 the year you actually follow through on those health goals that you've been talking about, I believe the Healthier Planner really could be your roadmap. There are a limited number of them. I'm literally packing them in my living room as I record this episode. When I get done, that is what I'm going to do for the rest of the evening. But if you're listening to this around November, December of 2025, you can still grab yours. And if you listen to this after that, that's okay. Maybe you don't necessarily have to have the planner in front of you. Maybe these are things that you can start just thinking about and finding other ways to implement. But if you'd like to buy a planner, I'll make sure that I link it in the show notes so you can go there to find it, or you can go to healthierplanner.com and you can order it there. Here is to a healthier, more intentional year in 2026 for you. Thanks for listening. I'll be here next time, next week. Hey, thanks for listening in today. I hope something you heard in this episode will help you on your journey to becoming healthier. Remember, this podcast offers general health information. I am not your personal physician. If you need advice that is specific to you, be sure to consult your physician. If you enjoy this podcast, please consider sharing it with a friend and reviewing it on Apple Podcasts. Also, be sure to subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. Tune in next week for another great episode of Headed to Healthier. Until then, take care of yourself. Talk soon. Bye.